And welcome everyone to some more 7 Days to Die Alpha 18, and we are back looking at the Demolisher and how we can kill him. And as you can see, I'm building up a swimming pool below. Well, you'll see how that turns out, but we're going to be looking specifically at how to kill the Demolisher with turrets without setting off his C4. We have previously covered blade traps and dart traps work very well. Blade traps, I'm probably gonna have to come back with after all the good comments that I saw telling me to try out a couple of different new things. But I wanted to cover today the auto turret or the SMG turret and the shotgun turret. And I appreciate everyone's support. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, following me on Twitter, of course. I'll follow back if you're a gamer, and why not hit me up on Discord. As you can see, this is going to be basically a half plate or half block at the bottom with water on top, and I'm going to have walls on the side. I'm going to have some ramps up, obviously, so the water doesn't fall out or drain out or whatever you want to call it. In this case, it's about 11 long and 5 wide. Of course, this is just for testing. You don't necessarily have to do that when you're building it yourself. I am using the POI water blocks, but as you can see, you can accomplish the same thing with using the water bucket. It's just a little bit more tedious. So instead of me hauling water back and forth, I'm going to use the POI blocks. The end result is the same. And I put out a generator. I put the auto turrets, 2 of them, just to make it a little bit easier. And I've given them some ammo, as you can see, and I've locked them. And it's not enabled unless I stand here, so I can safely spawn something in. So let me do that. Let me not make 25, but let me have him look at me, and we'll see. And all right. Let's do another one here. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. So, from the front, they definitely can set him off. It doesn't obviously... Oh, they don't see him when he's under the water. That's really interesting. But as he comes up, yeah, he does. And, well, they did kill him. So, let's do another one here. So, it seems like they can possibly kill him if they manage to knock him down, but yeah, they can also set off the C4, and that's if they are from the front. Let me change that to being from the back. I'm assuming that's not going to trigger them, but it's a little bit more tricky to do, but let me get that up. Alright, so we now have all the turrets from the back, and I've disconnected the front ones, obviously, and let's see how that turns out. So they're shooting him, and let me just stand here because he's going to be bashing me, which obviously I'm in God mode, so it doesn't deal any damage. Why are they no longer targeting him? What? That's a little bit weird. They no longer target him after he got... That's really weird. Their range is a lot more. The range is like 30 blocks, or should be. Let's do another one here. Oh, that explains it, because I walked off the trigger plate. All right. Let me stand on the trigger plate. They shoot him down. They're hitting him in the back, though. So the C4 should not be activated. Okay, let's try that again, because that's what I'm assuming is happening. Because he's being hit in the back, there's no risk of him, yeah, taking a shot to the C4 trigger. Whilst under the surface, it seems that they can track him. I actually didn't realize that. That's interesting. So normally water is opaque to most things, but in this case, yeah. So I think that is... I would call that confirmed. I would say that, yeah, if you're hitting him from the back, you're safe. If you're hitting him from the front, you might run into some problems. And there he goes. Okay. That's pretty interesting. So what if it's from the side? Let's try that out. You see, I now have 2 demolishers here, and they are from the side, from the left side. Obviously, the C4 trigger seems to be a little bit more on the right side, so I have stopped the AI, because if he moves around, it'll be a little bit harder to get him to show his side consistently. So I'm just going to do it like this. Let's see what happens, though. It does seem to hit him in the side, which just seems to be generally just fine. Oh, but now, okay, he's been knocked down. That is potentially a problem. Knocking him down generally is good, but if he stands up and he obviously turns a little bit, that means that he could be presenting his chest to these ones and cause a blow up. But as long as they are from this side, that seems to be pretty fine. Let me try the other side. Give me a moment to position some demolishers. Okay, I now have them with their right side towards the turret, and this is potentially where you could expect that they might accidentally hit the C4. Let's see if we can listen for that. Okay, he got knocked over. Oh yeah, he definitely got staggered a little bit, and it hit his C4 there. That's a little bit unfortunate. That could also be because he was staggered a bit, and that meant he was a little bit behind, and then all of a sudden now the angle is much, well, better or worse, depending on how you look at it, for triggering off the C4. So either way, this definitely seems like it theoretically could work, but yeah, it's difficult to get him even straight from the side. He's not going to stand still, and even if he does, then if he gets a little bit staggered like here, oh crap. Oh, well, this is what's going to happen. So from this side, not very good. From the left side, seems to be better, but yeah, from the front, no good either. From the back, works well. So let's try this out with this shotgun turret, because the shotgun turret works slightly differently simply because it's got these 10 pellets that it's shooting with every shot. So let me set that up. All right, 2 shotgun turrets here from the front, and let me have him walk towards me, and let me turn on the AI, and let's see what happened. Oh yeah, no, whoa, that was really fast. 1, 2. Okay, either way, no, that seems to trigger him really fast. I guess because it is a shotgun, it is going to, oh, it's hitting him. Oh, it's hitting him so fast in the chest. So no, from the front, don't use the shotgun turrets. They're going to set him off really, really fast, and you won't have any chance of killing him. Let's try from the back. All right, all enabled. Let's turn on, and let's get a demolition zombie here. Hitting in the back. That seems to be good. He's taking obviously a fair bit of damage from this, hopefully. Seems to be less than the auto turret though. He dies. Wow, he's definitely survived. Whoa! That one triggered though. He was dead, I believe, so I think that might not have exploded, but let's try that again. I know you can set off the C4 even after death, and I think he fell backwards and that's what caused it. He seems to stagger just a little bit when he gets hit, and maybe that will present the C4, but no, I think that if he's from the back like this, just like the auto turret, it probably should be just fine. I mean, he's obviously beating on me a little bit, but that's alright. It's a little bit slow, maybe because it's shotgun shells as opposed to the 9mm. Oh, they're really slow at killing him though. So I would say that this one is working just fine. It's not risking setting off the C4 when it's from behind. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's try from this side then. So I suspect that if we do it from... Oh, okay, no, stop. We wanna... Yeah, let's pause the AI a little bit there. Let's do it from this side. And let's do it from this side. Yeah, that looks good. Let's get that on. It's now from the left side. Can you even hit them? Okay, they seem to be hitting. They do stagger a little bit. If you see, it doesn't look like it's presenting. Actually, that one seems to be hitting from the front as well because of the angle. Now this has been staggered. Potentially, I can imagine it turning it off because he's now slightly further behind. Yeah, we'll see. It might still be that the angle is still not sufficient. And yeah, now it's obviously from the back. Let's do that. Let's re-enable this one. Guess that's a bit of a problem with how they're set up here. But I think if it's straight from the side, the left side, I think you actually just fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's try from the other side. And I think this is where it will not be working properly. Right now, coming from the right side, and I have enabled only this one, the back one just to see how... Okay, now it is shooting. Oh, yeah. No, that definitely did not go very well. Oh. Okay, turn off. Okay. Let's do this one and just have this one. Oh no, and that was slightly from the... It did get pushed back just slightly, but I think it shows the same problem as you have with the auto turret. Because it's presenting on that side, it's going to... Yeah, first shot sets it off. Well, of course, this depends on the range as well. If it's further away, it might not have as high risk of hitting the C4 trigger. On the other hand, you're going to hit with less pallets and do less damage anyway. So this is sort of like the best case, worst case scenario anyway. But it shows that it's not a very good way of handling it. So shotgun turrets, make sure they are from behind, just like the auto turrets. From the front, shotgun turrets are really bad as well because they'll set them off really fast. Let's do a further test here. Let's say if I put them up 7 blocks high. So now you have really an angle down. It's still from the front, but it's an angle down. Does that make it even better? I'm going to use the shotgun turret here first. I've now set them to point downwards. I'm not going to have the Demolisher walk around simply because that's a bit more painful to handle with the... Oh, no, no, okay, no, wait. Let's disconnect these ones. Okay, now this. Okay, no, that's definitely going to set them off. So I would say that, yeah, if you're from the top... If the shotgun turret can set off, then definitely the auto turret will also be able to set off. So, what have we learned here? From the front, no go. Don't do that. It's going to set off the demolishers. From the top, even if it's from the front, nope, same thing. Even if you can manage to place them in a way that is effective enough, it's definitely going to risk setting off the demolisher. From the side, as long as you're doing it from the left side, because the trigger is on the right side, it probably will work. However, when you put them down like this, depending on their sight line, if they can shoot from the front, from the diagonal, they will still be able to damage. But you could imagine putting them something like, you put something like this, where you're basically is blocking the view so that no matter where the zombie is coming from, it's going to be from the side anyway, because they'll only be able to see it once it's sort of past this line, and then it should be fine to put them on that side. If you put them on that side, however, like this, you'll have problems because, well, this one is facing the wrong way, but let's assume it was facing inwards. It would still be risk triggering the C4 because of the C4 being on the C. No. Okay, can I get rid of these ones? Stop, please. Okay, let's... Hello, I'm trying to turn off. Yes, that's perfect. Let me give myself a demolisher here, please. Thank you. Because the C4 trigger is on the right chest, so if they're shooting from this side, they will risk setting it off. If they're shooting from this side, it doesn't seem to actually do that. Maybe also because of the way he stands or he walks. That also helps. When he does get staggered, you risk him being set off. So from the side would work as long as you make sure that you don't have an angle on this side. So do it from the left. So I could imagine having turrets, but make sure you put them on the left. If he does stagger too badly though, or gets shot down, then anything could happen. The best way does seem to be from the behind though. It does mean that you would be shooting towards you, but the risk of setting off the C4 is going to be really, really small unless you knock him down. So I don't know, which one is your preference? I think that having from the back can be a little bit difficult to do at times, simply because that's where the zombies will be. Maybe if you put them up, let's say you put them up something like this, and you have this kind of pathway where you put them down. So you do like this. I could imagine that working because the zombies will be walking in here, and then the shotgun turret will start opening fire as they start to sort of move within the sight line. So what do you think? Was this helpful? Does this help you how to position your turrets? I would say, just to sum it up, don't put it from the front. And whatever you do, not from the front, not from his right side either. Towards you is fine, from his left side is generally fine as well. If you have any cool base builds that takes advantage of this, let me know. I would definitely love to hear from you. And tell me what other ways to kill the Demolisher you'd like to see me test out. Catch you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.